welcome to today's video. I am super excited to show you this set. I'm actually doing a Mani Twin Monday with one of my friends, dipping with my eyes closed, Maria. And I wanted to record the whole process because we're also doing it for a Glam Nails challenge over on Instagram. So if you want to go see her Mani, definitely go check it out. Go follow us on Instagram. I'll see you over there. But I know I'm just in love with this set and I want to show you guys all the colors that it got. Oh, okay, I'm going to show you guys the colors first before I get into anything in the tutorial, but yeah, see you guys in a second. Okay, no, by July is not going so great. I saw this Seaglass collection, which retires on July 31st from Luminous Dips, and I knew I had to get it, and I'm in love. Like, the colors live up to the swatches that she posted on her website. So here are all the colors. I'm going to go through every color that I purchased and show you compared to the swatch so you can see what my swatch looks like versus hers. This color also glows like an aqua color. I just haven't tested that out yet. Magnificent Marbles is my favorite glitter. I'm actually wearing it in the Mani today. It's going to be on my pinky. She's absolutely stunning, like matte, glossy, whichever way you choose to wear it. It's absolutely stunning. And I feel like it pulls like an even amount of blue and gold, not more blue, not more gold. Trash Glass, oh, I just love blue. It is my favorite color. And this is more of like a blurple in my opinion, but it's really gorgeous. Like, I couldn't resist ordering this color. Also, did I mention that these retire on July 31st? Yeah. So Message in a Bottle is a minty color. I feel like I haven't seen any brand of dip powder do a Seaglass collection and actually legitimately pull it off without making it look like a jelly color. Bubbles is also kind of blue blurple, but it's more transparent. Like, yeah, on the transparent side. I think it's really gorgeous. My swatch is looking a little lighter. I don't know if I did as many dips as she did, but hers looks a little darker. And in Outdoors, it looks darker in True Life. So just to note. And Through Time is a gorgeous teal. If you're a teal lover, this is the one for you. You absolutely need it. You need to go buy it. It's just stunning. Freaking stunning. Now, if you're a turquoise lover, which is different than teal, Seaglass is the girl for you. And I'm actually going to wear this in the Mani today, just so you guys know. It is gorgeous. It is a perfect... I don't know what else to say other than she's just perfect and you need it. I almost didn't get this color. And I'm glad that I did because In the Sand is truly like an amazing sandy color. So just so you know, I put a matte top coat on all of my colors. And I actually used In the Sand with today's Mani, and it is truly just perfect. I used her with Seaglass, and they just go together beautifully. So here are all the colors that I bought. I think there's 2 more colors, a glitter and a solid, that I didn't purchase just because they were not really my thing. But here are all the colors, the solid colors in the Seaglass collection. As always, I'm starting off all of my dip powder routines with 2 layers of UNT peel base on my nails before I start doing them. It just helps with the easier removal. And I'm actually going to do this whole manicure a little different than I traditionally do. I'm going to work 1 color at a time and 1 nail at a time. Normally I kind of like work my way through all 5 nails, but because of how many designs I'm doing on my hand, I just want to make it simple and not I don't want to get confused. So right now I'm dipping my middle finger and my thumb in 3 dips of Emily by Revel Nail. And I'm not going to show you guys my thumb because I don't think you need to see me dip 6 times in the same color. So I'm just going to take you guys through this dipping process and speed it up a little bit. But I also, while I'm doing this, want to comment on Luminous Dips. She does have a website, but it's not open for ordering at this time because it's not fully set up yet. So she's only accepting new orders through a Google Doc. And I'll make sure to link that below so you guys can order if you're interested in ordering this collection because it retires on July 31st. So if you're even considering, you need to run. I know that I got my order in about 4 days, but I think she's a little more backed up because of the demand. I just don't want you guys to miss out on this gorgeous collection. The next finger that I'm going to work on is my ring finger because I'm just going to dip that in glitter. So I'm working on the ones that are super easy, like one color, not ombres. So I'm actually going to pour my glitter into a cupcake liner. I feel like pouring your glitters into a cupcake liner help you get a more full and even coverage. If you saw my swatch picture, it looked more blue than gold, and her swatch picture looked more gold than blue. But I think that pouring it in a cupcake liner when you're doing your nails gives you like, it makes it better, trust me. And you'll see at the end of this video that it totally worked. I feel like there's a more even coverage, like 50-50 blue and gold. So I'm going to dip this 2 times in the glitter, and then on my third dip I'm going to encapsulate in clear dip powder because I want to protect this gorgeous glitter. Like, guys, I'm so in love with this glitter. I'm seriously heavily considering going back to her Google Doc and ordering a ½ ounce of this because I only ordered a ¼ ounce of all the colors. I'm like, but what if I spill this one? But like, what if I run out? It's so pretty. I love blues. They're my favorite colors. So this whole collection was screaming to me because it's most like blues, aquas, teals. Yeah. So here comes the part of the clear encapsulation. If you've never encapsulated a chunky glitter before, I do have a tutorial on that, but basically on your very final dip, you're just going to protect it with 1 to 2 layers of clear. This glitter is not super duper chunky. It's not like, oh my god, glitter pieces are sticking up everywhere. So I'm only going to do 1 layer of clear, but if you feel like your glitter is a little on the chunkier side, then I would do 2 layers of clear. And the whole reason is so that when you're filing and buffing and shaping, you're not tarnishing the beautiful glitter that you have on your nail. Now we're moving on into fancier territory, which is the ombres. So for my ombres, I'm doing a scrub ombre, and it's literally a recent obsession of mine on how I prefer to do my ombres. I find it to be really, really easy. And if you're new to ombres and you don't know what I'm talking about, I do have a video on 3 different ways to ombre, and it touches on the scrub ombre method, and it really goes into detail, and it's more slow-mo and better than this video will be on the scrub ombre. But what I'm doing is I dip my nail in the lighter color, and then I dip my eyeshadow brush in the darker color, and I start scrubbing it on my nail. So what it does is it moves the pigment onto the lighter color. And you're going to do this several times actually. So you're scrubbing on it like you would put eyeshadow on your eyelid. You're putting powder on your nail. It's literally the same way. You're just scrubbing it on. So I'm going to scrub all this on, and then I'm going to re-dip my nail in the lighter color, which is the white for this nail, and then scrub 1 more time on my nail. This part is really truly personal preference, but I really think it's essential if you want to make the pigment more vibrant. So I dip 1 more time, but I don't dip in white, I dip in clear dip powder. So I'm dipping my nail in this 6-ounce jug of powder. I use clear powder a lot. And then I'm going to scrub the Seaglass color onto the clear powder. And when you're satisfied with the ombre and the finished look of it, you're going to encapsulate in clear dip powder so that when you are filing and buffing, you don't file off all of the pigment that you just transferred onto the powder. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just encapsulating in clear powder. And I'm actually going to do the ombre on my ring finger as well with Seaglass and Into the Sand, which is another color from the Luminous Dips Seaglass collection. So since I'm doing that ombre, I literally am going to do everything I just did here. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit so you guys don't sit here watching me ombre for ages. But if you guys have any questions on ombre or you really just don't understand, let me know in the comments below and I'm going to answer your questions if I can. I'm pretty much done with the dip powder application of all my nails, so I'm going to go through and apply activator to all of my nails and file, shape, and buff, and then I'll be back to show you guys the finished product. So here are my nails shaped. I've actually been working really hard over the last 4 or 5 months to just work on my shape and getting it more like clean and tapered rather than square like they have been. So now I'm going to actually work on the actual designs, artwork, stuff of my nails. So I'm going to work on my ring finger and work my way to the thumb because my pinky is not going to have anything on it. So my ring finger, I'm applying a whole layer of gel base to my nail, and then I'm going to cure that in my LED UV lamp for 1 minute, which is a full cure for me and my lamp. And then when that's done, I'm going to apply a layer of matte gel top coat to the entire nail because I want to give the sand and the water a really matte finish. I've never seen glossy, sparkly sand. I don't know if you have. So I want it to have a matte finish. And then you guys are going to see a really cool thing I do with a glossy top coat after this. So I thought I was going to be able to place the gems and the 3D shells onto my nail over the matte top coat before I cured it, but it wasn't really working for me. So I went ahead and cured it, and then I came back, added a little bit of gel base to the areas that I wanted the gems to be in, and then I was able to place them and stop them from sliding around. And yeah, some of these ladies on these YouTube videos make this look like a piece of cake, but I struggled with the placement. So if you're struggling too, don't worry. Just try to be patient and try not to throw everything. So I like the placement of this shell right here. So I'm going to take a couple more little smaller gems that are smaller than the size of the shell and place them to the side of them. But like I said before, I had to apply like gel base in order for them to just like stick to it and not really move around, and then go ahead and cure that in my lamp. So I wanted to add a cool texture over the matte blue area of the nail. So I'm taking gel top coat, so glossy, not matte, and I'm taking a dotting tool and I'm just adding little dots like bubbles or drops of water, whatever you want to consider it. And I'm placing little different size dots all over the blue part of this nail specifically. So I really like the way it turns out and the texture that it gives when it's cured. And now that I'm done placing the bubbles, I'm going to go ahead and cure it in my lamp for a full minute. And then when I take it out of the lamp, you're going to be able to see like the really cool watery texture that it has. Moving on to my middle finger, I actually want to add a shell-like texture to it. So I'm taking white gel polish and a nail art striping brush. I figured out that this brush right here isn't long enough to do the stripes the way I like them. So I ended up grabbing a different striping brush that has a longer bristle to it, and that one worked out great in order for me to draw the straight lines onto my nail. If you decide to do this technique on your nail, I highly recommend that when you're drawing the gel polish on your nail, you start from the tip of the nail and you work your way upwards towards your cuticle area, because when the brush hits the nail, it deposits the most amount of polish onto the first place it touches, and then it thins out towards the end. So I really wanted the stripe on the shell to be thicker at the bottom and then thinner as it went all the way up. And then I'm drawing the other lines curved inwards towards it. That way it doesn't look like I have like straight lines. You want it to mimic the look of an actual shell. And before I went ahead and cured, I noticed that my lines went a little too far up. I wanted them to dip in the middle. So I'm taking a little brush with rubbing alcohol and I'm practically using that to erase how far up I went. So that's another tip, is before you cure it, you can actually fix any mistakes with rubbing alcohol. So I'm going to cure that in my lamp for the normal 60 seconds that I have to. And then when I bring it back, I'm going to repeat everything that I just did, but I'm going to basically stripe over all of the stripes that I just did. Now that I'm basically done with the stripes, I'm going to go ahead and pop this in my lamp for a full cure of 1 minute, and then I'm going to come back and add a gel top coat to kind of secure everything in, and then also put the gems where I want them. I don't know if there's a better method to doing this. Obviously, it's like my first time using 3D gems like this. So if you guys have a better recommendation, please let me know. But I'm basically going to apply the gems over the uncured gel top coat so that when I do cure it, everything just becomes tight and right. That's naughty, but anyways, I'm going to add a smaller shell because the wheel that I bought off of Amazon had a bunch of different shells in sizes and like the way they looked and shapes. So I'm adding a shell of a smaller size and then 2 little pearl gems on either side of the shell. So I'm going to pop this in my nail lamp for a full minute and I will be back to work on my other nails. So my index finger and my pinky finger are basically dip powder. There's no gel product on it right now, no extra design. So I'm adding activator and I'm wiping off any extra activator before I add my 2 layers of dip top coat. And I'm going to repeat the same exact thing for my pinky nail. I'm just adding dip top coat because I'm using the Triple D dip powder liquids. And I absolutely love her dip powder top coat. It's really, really shiny, and it really is up there with gel top coat in terms of shine. So I'm almost done with my nails. I decided that I didn't want my thumbnail to be left out like all alone with the coolness. So I'm applying a layer of gel base coat, and then I'm going to cure that in my lamp for a minute and then come back with a layer of gel top coat and cure that in my lamp for 10 seconds. And the reason I'm under curing is because I'm going to add pearl chrome over top of this milky white that I have because I want to make it look pearly and really just fit in with the whole theme of like shells and pearls and like the ocean. So if you've never used pearl chrome or any type of pearl chrome product or any chrome product for that example, you typically traditionally need a gel top coat, an under-cured gel top coat for it to work. There are alternative non-UV methods to do it. I do plan on doing a tutorial on that in the future, but in the meantime, I hope that you can learn something using the gel top coat. So I take an eyeshadow applicator, you know, the ones that we never liked to use when we were kids, and I'm just basically rubbing in the pearl chrome onto my thumbnail until it's completely finished and burnished in. And when I'm done rubbing, I'm going to pop it in my lamp for the finished full minute because I under-cured it for 10 seconds. So I want to actually finish curing before I dust anything off. Now that any excess chrome that didn't adhere to the gel top coat is completely dusted off, I want to protect and seal in this chrome with one more layer of gel top coat. So I'm just applying it all over my nails and making sure to cap the edges of the nail. And then I'm going to pop that in my lamp for another 60 seconds and then we are done. If you made it to the end of this video, I just really want to say thank you so much for watching the entire video. And if you really like this mani or this style of mani, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because when you do that, it really helps me out. And I really just appreciate you guys for watching and I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you in the next video.